Welcome to the latest Mango report. As artificial intelligence, AI, systems grow increasingly sophisticated and autonomous, a provocative question arises: if an AI commits a crime, who should be held responsible? This question sits at the intersection of law, technology, ethics, and philosophy. While AI itself is not currently recognized as a legal entity capable of bearing responsibility, its actions can produce real-world consequences, sometimes with serious legal and moral implications. We explore the current legal frameworks, potential future developments, and philosophical considerations surrounding the question of liability when an AI engages in criminal behavior. Current legal framework: no personhood, no responsibility. Under existing legal systems, AI is not considered a legal person. It lacks consciousness, moral agency, and the ability to form intent, all essential elements for criminal liability. Therefore, when an AI causes harm or engages in illegal activity, responsibility is typically attributed to one or more human actors. These include developers and programmers. If the crime is the result of flawed design, poor oversight, or even intentional coding, the developers may be held liable for negligence or complicity. Users and operators: if a user intentionally deploys AI to commit a crime, such as using a chatbot to perpetrate fraud, the user is legally accountable, just as they would be for misusing any other tool. Companies and manufacturers: in cases where the crime stems from a product failure or lack of oversight, corporate liability might apply. Companies can face penalties under civil or criminal law, especially if they fail to meet regulatory standards or ethical responsibilities. This framework reflects the understanding that AI, despite its complexity, remains a product of human creation and control. The possibility of AI personhood. Looking to the future, some theorists argue that as AI systems become more autonomous and integrated into society, we may need to rethink legal responsibility. One radical proposal is to grant AI systems limited legal personhood, similar to corporations. This would allow AIs to be held accountable in legal terms, possibly through fines, operational restrictions, or even deactivation as a form of punishment. However, this approach raises deep philosophical concerns. Can an entity without consciousness, emotion, or understanding truly be responsible for its actions? Unlike humans or even corporations, AI lacks desires or awareness. Any punishment would serve not the AI, but a symbolic or deterrent purpose for society at large. Philosophical and ethical dimensions. At the heart of criminal law lies the concept of mens rea, the guilty mind or intent to commit wrongdoing. AI, as it currently stands, does not possess intention or moral awareness. It operates based on data and algorithms, responding to inputs in predetermined or learned ways. This absence of intentionality makes it difficult, if not impossible, to attribute moral or legal guilt to an AI system. Furthermore, ethical concerns arise when shifting responsibility from humans to machines. Doing so could create dangerous precedents, allowing developers or corporations to evade responsibility by blaming the AI itself, a kind of moral scapegoat. Practical implications and legal gaps. As AI becomes more integrated into society, through self-driving cars, autonomous drones, financial trading algorithms, and healthcare diagnostics, the potential for unintended criminal outcomes increases. This highlights the urgent need for clearer regulatory frameworks, including stricter standards for AI development and testing, transparent accountability chains for AI use, global cooperation on AI governance and liability norms. Without these measures, the legal system may struggle to respond effectively to AI-induced harm, leaving victims without justice and perpetrators without accountability. Conclusion: in the current legal and moral landscape, AI cannot be held liable for crimes in the way humans can. Responsibility for AI-driven criminal acts lies with those who create, deploy, and profit from the technology. However, as AI continues to evolve, society may be forced to grapple with the idea of machine responsibility. Whether through legal innovation or deeper philosophical reflection. Until then, maintaining a strong chain of human accountability is essential to ensuring ethical and lawful use of artificial intelligence.